Hello, beautiful souls. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your collective general energy reading for today, Wednesday, September the 13th, 2023. Thank you so very much for turning up and tuning in, for liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification button, and sharing. Everything you do here helps this channel grow and is greatly appreciated. So let's see what your energy is today. You know what I kind of feel? I kind of see this boulder rolling down a hill, completely out of control. So it feels like that there are things just happening, but it seems completely out of your control. It's just stand by, take a step back, and just let it happen. Don't try to do anything to interfere. Be it physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever, because you don't want to hinder your movement. You know, sometimes when shit gets on a roll, we want to stand in the way, we want to stop it, we want to try to interject or intervene, and sometimes it's best to just let it do what it do and see what happens, see what's left over in the end, you know? So this card flew out of that. Yeah, that's that Eight of Wands energy. Sometimes that Eight of Wands energy has the ability to just go. And if you're not in some sense of control of maybe your emotions or what you're thinking, your passion, your energy, then this card has a way, the energy of this card has a way of just really taking on a life of its own. And then we are kind of we are stuck with everything that is in the aftermath of this. So if you're trying to create something and you're passionate about it, and it's really something that you're desiring to get, you have to remember that with this Eight of Wands energy, it's fast movement. It's like it projects you from point A to point B in a flash. And if you're not prepared for this type of energy, which is in the Eight of Wands, that creative, passionate, balls to the wall energy, if you're not prepared for that, then it really does have the potential of taking on a life of its own, and it has a disruption factor. In the Everyday Witch Oracle, the Eight of Wands looks like this. So there is this tornado, and she's trying to contain the energy of this tornado, and all of her wands keeps getting sucked up into the tornado because I mean, yes, you could be passionate about it and you can feel as if you're standing in your power and you can have all of this wonderful creative energy around you. But if you aren't, I want to say that if you're not on your game, right, this does have the potential of being very chaotic. If you are not aware, if you're trying to deal with this energy from a willy-nilly kind of, factor, then shit's going to go sideways. So be aware. And then when that happens, you get into this headspace of nothing's changing, everything's the same, shit has gone sideways, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to feel about it. Your intuition is maybe a little bit hindered or blocked because you thought you had all of this under control, right? You listened to your intuition, you moved things around in order to set yourself up for this Eight of Wands energy. There was creativity, there was passion, there was power, there was energy, there was movement, there was connection to spirit and source. But there was something there that was perhaps maybe beyond your control, and there is a setback, right? So now it kind of feels like there's nothing changing, there's nothing coming from this, right? And here you are trying to, with this Page of Swords energy, trying to get things re-going again. Here I go. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to get things going again. And Spirit sees. I don't want you to think for a moment that Spirit doesn't see this struggle that you're going through. I don't want you to think for a moment that Spirit doesn't see the passion that you have for whatever it is this was supposed to be. It's just that sometimes we what's the word? It's right here on the tip of my tongue. Sometimes we take things for granted. Sometimes we think that just because we thought we covered all of the bases, that thing's going to work out and we don't have to do anything else. And then we come to this sickening revelation that perhaps you weren't as studious in your creation of this Eight of Wands energy as you thought you were. Perhaps you didn't have all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and perhaps maybe you didn't set up boundaries or protect yourself, and then when the landslide started, this was completely out of your element, and you went from that eight of wands to that nine of swords, that energy of maybe feeling a little bit trapped, or maybe feeling a little bit as if things were completely out of control, or as if things weren't going to work out, or you're back to square one with that page of swords energy, trying to get back into the groove, but feeling as if, one step forward, two steps back kind of thing. But Spirit recognizes the amount of effort and energy that you're putting into what it is that you're trying to achieve. It's just that sometimes you have to let the dust settle before you get back on, before you attempt to move forward again. And I think that's what that King of Swords energy is. The King of Swords energy is, all right, so this didn't work out, so we have to restructure, redefine, reevaluate, and then start again. Because that King of Swords is very adamant about not going through the same struggles to get back to this Eight of Wands energy. So that King of Swords is going to do something completely different. He's not going, the old saying to where they say, you keep doing the same thing and keep getting the same results, right? So you have to switch it up a little bit. And we have the the Seven of Cups, and that's looking at that different, right? What do I have to do different here in order to make this successful? So we're thinking about it. We're choosing the path, we're choosing the new path, we're choosing the new opportunities, we're looking at this from a different direction. And there may be people who are all about debating, arguing, carrying on, because perhaps maybe they sent you on this path of the Eight of Wands, and you took it as if they knew what they were talking about. And now that we've come, completely back around without manifesting anything, or without anything coming to fruition, now it's up to you to step up to the plate and do things the way you would have done them in the first place. And you may have people going, well, that's wrong, and the reason why this didn't work. Well, the reason why it didn't work, asshole, is because I followed your advice. And now I know that in order for this to come to fruition for me, I must do what I need to do, as opposed to following your advice, who really doesn't know me or what I need to do. This was probably a vision that they had, and this was, how some people go, oh, well, I don't want to experiment on to see if this works. We'll let somebody else do it. And if it fails, then they know, right? Then they know that whatever it was failed, so they don't have to try it out. And so now that it's kind of like they're blaming you for this not working, as opposed to their ideas. So protect yourself, boundaries, and don't let people project their bullshit onto you, right? This happened because you took someone's advice who you thought that they knew what they were talking about. And it's evident that they didn't, because it failed. And now it is up to you to choose what direction to go next. And they are going to want to debate it, and they are going to want to argue it, but you don't have time for that. So you're protecting yourself there. And the ideas that you come up with are the best ideas. Go with those. You don't have to ask anybody else. The answers are within yourself. Know that you're divinely guided and loved, and take care of you. Bye.